gratifying wins that I've ever had, because it seemed like things were definitely going against us. They are a maddening team to have to play against. I knew this when I scheduled them. I told my assistants, this guy is truly a great coach, won a national championship at North Carolina Central. If you look at what he's done in his conference, outside of 1 year, he's at the top of the league every year, and he plays a very different style of basketball. Maryland pressed them and got up on them by 20 points, and they still ran their delay. These guys are the most disciplined team you'll see, and they make you make jump shots on one end, they pack it in. On the other end, they're going to control tempo, and bottom line is they have guys who can make threes. And we were having guys run bleachers yesterday. Every time we gave up an open three, gave up any three in practice, I had a guy go and run up and down the bleachers, because I knew that's how they could win this game. And they proved me right. I mean, that's their three-point shooting gave them the lead. Their three-point shooting gave them a great chance to win the game. And really, if you look at the last 5 minutes, they didn't make threes. I mean, you knew this team was going to be disciplined. You knew they had guys who could shoot. You knew that they were limited inside. It was very clear what you have to do to beat them. But saying it and doing it are two different things. And you got to give them so much credit for not only their discipline, which they do all the time, but for making a lot of shots. I mean, I'll tell you what, you look at their personnel and you know they're solid players and good kids, but they're so much better than the sum of their parts because of how they play and how he coaches and the discipline that they show.
John, as we were watching it, it was almost like a test of nerves out there for your guys, like every possession.
I'll tell you, Columbia was similar, and now Columbia goes and beats a 5-0 American team on the road yesterday. So I'll tell you, we're very, very fortunate to have won these games, but to our players' credit, they didn't quit, they didn't get flustered, they hung in there, and they say part of having a good season is winning when you don't play great. And clearly, I think when it's said and done, some of these teams like Columbia and Delaware State are a little bit underappreciated. I mean, the first thing Harris Adler told me after the game, we're never scheduling them again. So I guess fair warning to Coach Jackson, because you know because I think Harris is right.
It's nice to get a test, but that was maybe even more a test than you were looking for.
Who wants to go through that you know, agony again of having to guard a team that's that disciplined?
How many guys ran the bleachers at practice?
Just a few, and I swear I got the message through to them, but I was worried. Our guys came into this game, I felt good in the locker room, and I felt pretty good about the way they practiced. But two things. Number one, Delaware State, you got to give them credit for being a good team tonight. The other thing I was worried about, maybe our energy was not quite the same after playing Morgan State on homecoming and then Providence and Missouri. It was a little bit of a trap game, you know, from a psychological point of view, and I think our guys fought that. They fought the mental trap, they fought a team making shots, they fought a disciplined team, and somehow still found a way to win. That's the best way to put it. We fought a psychological trap game, we fought a team playing well. You know, we fought the fact that it was a frustrating game against the disciplined team that was shooting it well, and still somehow, that I still don't understand, managed to win.
Any other questions?
Coach, can you talk about starting Sam Mills over Ruben?
Ruben had a minor injury in practice and wasn't able to fully practice in the days before. That's all.
We noticed he was at the end of the game. You like him in there taking it. Is he a big shot guy?
Yeah, he's turning out to be, especially so far, that's for sure. And, but I'll tell you a couple of underrated things. Again, how about Steve Weingart? I had no idea until I looked at this stat sheet how well that kid played. And the other thing about Ruben, he holds the ball too long, but at the end of the day, his assist to turnover ratio is always tremendous. he's the kind of guy that you got to play with to appreciate and understand that the pluses are going to far outweigh the minuses at the end of the day. I mean, I'm just amazed at the 6 assist, 1 turnover thing, and of course Tyreek made, you know, Tyreek did what we need him to do in terms of playmaking and getting people shots and making some big free throws down the stretch. And I'll tell you, Eric, because of his early foul trouble, really could have been frustrated the whole night, but he was as big psychologically for us as anyone, you know, staying positive and playing hard and just saying and doing the right things out there, because this could have been a really frustrating night for him.
It's the best luck I got all night. Ironically, it was like late in the game, but, you know, I'll take it.
Any hesitation at all?
No. I love these moments. I love these moments. It doesn't get me nervous.
It took you guys a while to get going. Can you explain that?
Well, we didn't follow the scout report that Coach G drew up at our best in the first half. And they hit 7 of 9 threes, kind of got in rhythm, control tempo of the game. You know, pretty much that we had to basically set the tone in the second half by not allowing any threes, and that basically limited them a little bit. And we were able to make a run, get stops, and hit a shot at the end and kind of seal the game.
Ruben, when they're going to run the clock every time, and you knew they were going to, how hard is that to maintain? You got to play defense for
Right,
all 30
right. It wears you down because you have to mentally be alert for 30, 35 seconds every single possession down. And then on the offensive end, you have to be, it's kind of the same because they're in the zone, so you have to move the ball around for 30 seconds, and it's really annoying to play against. But that's the thing about college basketball. There's so many teams with different style of plays that from game to game, you just have to adjust to it. And, you know, our freshmen are learning that, and, you know, we took some steps to that.
I was almost thinking as I watched it, you were playing defense the last 7 minutes, like if they scored another point, you might lose.
Right.
That's the way I was looking at it. Were you guys feeling the same thing?
Right, yeah. Well, with a team like that, they cut down so many possessions that you have to have a sense of urgency early on in order to get yourself back in the game, because next thing you know, it's 5 minutes left, and they got the ball and you're down 10. And it's just not enough possessions to make shots and try to win the game.
Hey.
Did they surprise you that they were so efficient? I mean, did you guys take them a little lightly?
No, we didn't take them lightly. We just didn't really follow the scouting report how we were supposed to. We didn't really listen. We listened to Coach G, but we didn't execute in the first half. That's how we were supposed to.
Were you wondering if they were ever going to miss?
Oh yeah, we were. We were, but Sam Mills did a great job in number 5. He's a great defender, and he helped us out at the end defensively.